Hey, this is MassX with a brand new Yu Yu Hakusho Slugfest video. We're going to talk about Koko today. I already have a prior video when she first arrived, but we're going to go ahead and showcase her in battle, talk about what she can do and why she is such a good character, because she really is. Depending on what server you're probably on either the last day of this current banner or she's due for a rerun coming up for you. So that's why I wanted to bring this one to you. Now, just talking about Koko, she is a Swift Strike character. She does initial skill points increase by 600, which is really massive. Her co-op battle is with Enki, so if you already have Enki, that's great because you're going to be able to get boosts to your Koko because of that, which is awesome. But let's break her all down, in particular her Whirlwind kick skill, okay? Now, what you're seeing behind you is a battle I have with her. I ran quite a few. I'm showcasing the last one I did. She came in first with equally matched main DPSs with her, except for one match she came in second on, and that was when I used my Mikuro. Outside of that, she pretty much took first spot as DPS more often than not, 4 out of 5 times in the last battles. So that Whirlwind kick skill attacks a single enemy and it deals 240% physical damage, which is pretty good. But the thing is, it's a single enemy, which is nice. I know we love EOE. Everybody loves AOE. But she has the mixture of both, which makes her a little special. Okay? And that physical damage, and she inflicts 1 stack of weakness exposed, which is really important for her because it does that crit resist rate minus 20% and a defense down by minus 10%, which is key to being able to take out that particular character quicker. When taking damage from a basic attack, suffers additional damage equal to 10% of max HP, which is big. So if you use other single attackers with her, that's really good because of this skill. Now, this damage won't exceed 10% of Koko's max HP, which isn't a big deal, and it will stack twice, but it is consumed after triggering, so keep that in mind. Now, when she's at 5 stars, though, it opens up more with this skill. And it basically says, after casting a skill, reset the turn counter of Light Scar Beacon. This reset effect can be triggered up to 6 times per turn. If no enemy character on the field carries Light Scar Beacon, you apply Light Scar Beacon to the skill character. But what is Light Scar Beacon? Well, it marks the target for all allied companions' single target basic attacks, which is crazy after just talking about how this character sets up that character for single target attacks, okay? So for every 4 basic attack damage instances received, Koko will launch an additional basic attack. This is how she's able to do so much damage over time. We've seen with characters, yeah, you can have heavy AoE, but if you are consistently hitting with basic attacks and are being able to, through your skill set, to keep hitting with those basics, it adds up to a freaking lot, okay? And we know that now from playing this game. So basically, she's going to get that extra launch after 4 basic attack damage instances. This additional basic attack can only be triggered 2 times per turn, though. Keep that in mind. This effect does not affect duel and taunt and can be dispelled but not transferred. So yeah, that's pretty vicious. That's where a lot of her basically damage is going to come from. Not saying you're going to get from other places, but that is key. Now, with Koko's basic attack, after Koko's basic attack performs 1 additional basic attack, so there she goes again, then grants 1 battle will. So basically, for every basic attack, you're getting another, and you're getting a battle will. Each basic attack deals 70% physical damage plus 50% attack as true damage, which is huge. And each triggers basic attack related additional effects. Now, after acting, it grants flowing light stacks equal to the current turn number, which is also key because, as you can imagine, as games progress, this will get only better now. And what is flowing light? Well, after an allied companion performs a basic attack, there's a 60% chance to fully trigger Koko's basic attack once, stacking up to 3 times. So, yeah, she's gonna get more basic attacks. So yeah, she's a really great character. Actually, I'm so happy I finally finished her off. Because we got the onslaught early on, and then I pushed through. And there's a few characters I chose not to build out, and now I'm going back in as they cycle through and finishing them off. And yeah, she was one of them. So we've got the passive, of course, your damage reduction 16% at 2 stars, basic stats increase 24% at 4 stars, okay? Now her awaken at 1 star at the start of battle. After triggering secret skill passive, Koko absorbs 1 battle will from all SP companions. If an enemy SP character's battle will is 0 before absorption, it inflicts battle will depletion. Cannot restore battle will. Removed after casting a skill and cannot be dispelled. That's just awesome in and of itself. At 3 stars, Koko deals double damage to characters with weakness exposed. During basic attacks and additional basic attacks, if the target has skill points, deducts 100 skill points. If the target's skill points are 0, deals 50% splash damage to the adjacent units. Then at 5 stars, we've got at the start of battle, Koko targets the back row companion in the enemy's corresponding column, targets front row if no back row exists, swaps their front and back row positions, and applies Light Scar Beacon. And what is Light Scar Beacon, you ask? Marks the target for all allied companions, single target basic attacks. For every 4 basic attacks damage instances received, Koko will launch 1 additional, you guessed it, full basic attack. This additional basic attack can be triggered 2 times per turn. The effect does not affect duel and taunt like we've talked about before. Now for the secret skill, attacks all enemies, dealing 126% physical damage and inflicting 1 stack of weakness exposed. After the second secret skill cast, grants light convergence. We've talked about this. Light convergence for every 1 battle will gained instantly converts battle will into 1 stack of light energy, cannot be dispelled. Light energy, each stack grants 8% basic attack and damage boost, and it can stack 15 times. You heard me right, 15 times. So you pull out your calculator and go 8 times 15, and there you go. Well, on top of that, we also have the secret skill passive with this character, which gains 12% increased damage at the start of the battle, casts a secret skill on all enemies at no cost. This secret skill deals additional true damage equal to, what could it possibly be? 100% of attack. So yeah, she's really good, okay? It's pretty simple. She's a badass, and she can do an insane amount of damage. I personally prefer her in the back row, either in slot 3 or 6. That's going to be up to you. Also, too, you can match her up with who you want to hit in the back row. Of course, I think that's always a smart tactical move. So, yeah, there's a multitude of areas, of course. You know, it matters on what your team build is, but more often than not, I usually slot her in 3 or 6 unless there happens to be a character in that middle row that I want to get. But more often than not, there's usually somebody on that field in slot 6 that I want to take care of sooner than later, or move them up, or I want to mess up a position of a Rinku or something else. So I may go that route. So keep that in mind when you're building your teams, and not just that they're cookie cutter. So when you're playing somebody else, look and see where they're, what the focal point of their team is, so you can move her around to that, because it is worth the time and the extra 10 to 15 seconds of effort to guarantee yourself a win with this character. So yes, she's a top tier character. I think on my last tier list, I had her at 1 below the top tier. The more I use her, the more I love her. I think she's a phenomenal unit. She is not on these event type banners, so she's now becoming a little easier to get because you're building up those tickets, especially if you're even a free to play. If you need a solid DPS, she is really good. If you're a fan of the character, you should use her because she's really freaking good. So that's a bit. I wanted to show you some gameplay with Koko, talk about how significant her damage can be and is by showing a battle with her and how she is dominating over everybody else when it comes to that. So with that, as always, please like and subscribe. It helps a lot. Have a great day.